Yeah, like all of us. I think the way to go about it, I mean, even the demo we showed today, right? Literally, there was Dynamics 365 with essentially an MCP server that was used by Copilot Studio to orchestrate a multi-agent application that spanned CRM and many other systems of record, and then completed essentially the orchestration of a complex business process, right? That seems to be here and now, right? I mean, it's kind of clear as day that when you go about thinking about business process and business applications, you have to compose yourself into something like that. And so, yeah, that will mean pretty radical change if all you thought was, hey, I'm the system of record or system of engagement or what have you, and it's just about workflows on top of my data, and that's the scope. That's just not going to persist. So I think we have to all be open to participating in what is this new orchestration layer in the agentic web that will be essentially, will have multiple backends, right? Your SaaS application will be one backend. You better support something like MCP in order to be able to participate in the agentic web. And then maybe even something like NL Web could even reduce the friction of all these connectors, right? Because if you think about enterprises, you have a significant sort of friction in how connectors work. Something like NL Web could be massive change even inside the enterprise. And so I feel like, yes, I think SaaS applications we built may have to radically change in order to adapt themselves for this future.
Yeah, and so these let's just say these SaaS companies, do you think they're going to be curators of this ground truth data for their customers, and then the agents will be provided by platform companies like Microsoft?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of think about, like, it's unclear to me exactly how it all shakes out, because in some sense, all of us overstate the importance of one thing that we have today, but the reality is when these platform shifts, the value will anyway get created somewhere else, right? So this is where, like at the end of the day, what's the job to be done? The job to be done is to complete a business process. It's not about any one system of record and its curation. Or it's not about any one agent or one workflow. It's about the entirety of it, right? So that to me is where the water is flowing. And the question is, how do you flow with it versus thinking that somehow I have this moat and I'm going to hold on to it, or I'm going to build some sort of facade around it, which has an agent head or what have you, but it's not the comprehensive view of what the customer in this case needs to get done.
Yeah, I really like that you said, different types of agents are going to be talking together, different databases, it doesn't really matter, it's just an abstraction layer. So that all sounds really exciting. Another thing you mentioned, you had said in an interview that when you hire somebody, an employee, you're hiring them in the future and their basket of agents, which is fascinating to me. But I wanted to get some clarity on that, because it seems like most likely the company, the employer, is going to want to own that IP, the agents, just like they would own traditional IPs.